extrinsic motivation variables like pay, those will help you to not hate your job. So you're right, but they will not.
Yeah,
And there's
they'll get
research
you
to
to the
show
point
this.
where you don't begrudgingly show up to work and go,
Yeah,
I absolutely hate being here.
exactly. But what it won't do is it won't help you love your job.
Okay.
What only helps you love your job? So now we're talking about the satisfaction variable, because you've taken care of the dissatisfaction. You don't hate your job. It's not hated. That's good. But the only way
Yeah.
to get to satisfaction or to love is not extrinsic rewards, it's intrinsic. And that's where you bring the autonomy. That's where you bring the competence and the relatedness. That's where you have to start to pull in more of these psychological forces and behavioral forces of like, what is a person like? What makes us tick? And what makes us tick is we want to create, and we want to create with others. And so organizations and leaders have to think about that, and they have to strategize, and they have to optimize to include those factors. Because what we hear, especially going back to we were talking about like the professional services, is like, just pay them a ton of money, or give them those bonuses, or and that'll be enough. No, it's not enough. That's enough for them to not hate their job, but it's not enough for them to love their job.
Well, and I think we saw a lot of that. We saw a lot of that happening, especially as the pandemic was kind of going and we had the big tech boom, where it was getting to this point where companies were just throwing money at candidates and going, well, this should work. We're like paying 2x market value on these
Mhm.
jobs. So people are going to just love their job. They're going to be thrilled to be here. They're going to be loyal, all this other stuff. And then they were shocked when, like, on a dime, people would be like move, because they're like, well, yeah, I mean, it's fine, but I don't, to your point, I don't love it here. I'm
Mhm.
satisfied, but I
Mhm.
don't love it. And I'll go find that purpose in somewhere, thing somewhere else. And because the margins of pay just got so out of control, companies were shocked when people were like, yeah, I'll go make less money for purpose. Cause it's like, well, actually I hit that threshold of I don't hate my job a
Exactly.
while ago,
Yeah.
type
But
of a thing.
there's still a void. I'm still looking for
Right.
something else to love my job, to love my work. And that's where you use the word purpose and meaning, and these things that we yearn for. We're not going to get that with making more money.
No.
So what I forgot to mention is this sort of seminal famous study with kids, where they had just sort of quickly summarizing it. I believe they had kids produce something like make a drawing, draw a piece of work or a piece of art. We're talking like kindergartners here. And in one condition, they rewarded the kid with stickers, which is basically like our money,
Yep.
It's an
Yeah. Oh,
extrinsic,
yeah.
it's an
I
extrinsic
know. It
reward.
could have been like Easter candy or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Same
Actually,
thing.
yeah, chocolate would have worked just as good. But those extrinsically rewarding objects or things. And then in the other treatment condition, they didn't reward them with stickers or whatever it was. They rewarded them just with praise. So they said, basically reinforcing those intrinsic values, those internalized reward systems. And the children felt better and continued to do more of that art or that job, if you want to call it that, if they were given those intrinsic values. The ones who were given the extrinsic, the stickers, didn't persist at that work. They gave up sooner, essentially.
Okay.
So I mean, it's just like a perfect anecdote that you can apply into our real world. Stickers, money will get us so far. It's the intrinsic value of rewards for doing good work and doing good work with others that's going to allow us to persist.